Welcome back to the OHSU Effect Inside Health and Science. Did you know it's Brain Awareness Season? It sure is. And to find out what that is, we have the Director of Community Affairs and Education at the OHSU Brain Institute, Bobby Heagerty. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Lacey?
Good, thank you. So yes, what is Brain Awareness Season?
Well, it's a time of year when we want to have everybody pay attention to their brains and to learn more about their brains and to figure out how to get a healthier brain. And it's kind of a national and now international event that was started by the Dana Alliance and the Society for Neuroscience about 16 years ago, and it has just taken off. And we're the number one in the country.
Wow, that's great. So how did OHSU get involved?
Well, we started out about 13 years ago by recruiting a lot of people to participate in a brain fair at OMSI. I'd had history of programming with OMSI, and I knew OHSU had a lot of neurosciences, and OHSU didn't know that because it was all over the place and nobody had organized it. So I kind of acted like a border collie and organized the whole group, and I taught them how to turn their science into interactivity with kids because I was a 7th grade teacher. And I made it seem really fun, and we did a brain fair, and people loved it. And that's kind of how it started. So we just grew from there.
Yeah. Well, what are the highlights of this year's program?
Well, we have 6 lectures. Our lecture series is really well known internationally. We get top-notch speakers in all the topic areas. And then we have the Brain Fair. We're also co-sponsoring the Brain Exhibit at OMSI. Many of our programs are broadcast around the state. We tape the lectures and make them available. So it's kind of a longer-lasting event than just, the 6 weeks of the season.
Sure. And these programs are quite popular, right?
They're extremely popular. We usually sell out the lectures. We hold them usually at the Newmark, which seats 950. And this year we have also some at the Convention Center, so it'll be about 950 people there too. You can buy them as a lecture series. You can become a patron and have a reserved seat. A lot of people are starting to do that. We have speakers come and talk about topics that everybody thinks about, worries about, wonders about, and cares about. And they are this year from Alzheimer's to addiction with some neuroethics. How does neuroscience change how we live, how we think, how we judge people, how we give access to special drugs, and so on. And then also a real highlight is one on creativity. So these are issues that absolutely everybody is affected by, either directly or by societal change.
So who is in the audience? Is it just doctors and medical professionals, or is it just the general public?
It's general public, and it's a highly educated public, as we like to say here in Portland. But people do like lectures in Portland. They like to read books. It's a very highly professional city. So we get a broad range of the general public, but they're so popular, and my scientists and my doctors love it too. So they come, but it's directed to the general public.
So you mentioned the Brain Fair at OMSI. What is that like? Can families attend that one?
Yes, absolutely. It's very family friendly. It's oriented towards families. It's in the auditorium at the Museum of Science and Industry, and you don't need to go in for general admission to see it. You can go directly to the Brain Fair, so it is free. I have usually 30 neuroscientists with displays from balance to hearing to what it's like to see the world if you were drunk, all sorts of things. We have some of the most incredible groundbreaking neuroscience at OHSU, and we take this down to the family-friendly, kid-friendly level. And it's interactive. They have a brain passport that they fill out, so they really do have to learn something at each station. And we have thousands of people attend.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Where can people view the calendar of events?
OregonBrains.org is our website. We have several ways to get there, but that's the easiest one to remember. We are Oregon Brains for Oregon Brains. So all the events are listed there, the descriptions of the speakers, etc.
And we'll have a link to that on the OHSU Effect page, which you can access, of course, at kxl.com. But how does a person get tickets?
They get tickets through Ticket West, which manages all of our ticketing. When we use these big venues, we go through that. We have to. They can most directly get them down at the PCPA box office down at the Newmark.
So easy.
Yes, and it's only 2/3 full, so we urge people to get out there before they fill up.
Good. We only have about 30 seconds left, but what is the program that you are most interested in this year?
Oh, I'm very excited about neuroscience and the law, the ethical issues that face us by learning more about the brain. How do we protect one individual versus society, for instance? And the lecturer himself is just unbelievable.
Wow. Well, there's a lot of topics here. Like you mentioned, Alzheimer's, law, ethics, humanity, and the brain. That's the one you're interested in. So, yeah.
And creativity is going to be dynamite.
Yeah.
Jonah Lehrer is something else.
And then the brain on fire. Can inflammation cause diseases that destroy the brain? That one sounds a little more medical, but still interesting for sure.
Absolutely, because the body's neuroinflammatory system we're seeing that's kind of the cause of a lot of these things: MS, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, stroke. It's moving us in a whole new direction of investigation.
Bobby Heagerty, the Director of Community Affairs and Education at the OHSU Brain Institute. Thank you.
Thank you.